eliminate 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs within 1 to 5 years.
Killers by design. How humanoid robots could transform warfare. Cool, bro. This dude's so crazy, man. I mean, look at these movements. This is nuts, bro. I mean, it's just straight up nuts, man. I talked the other day about how AI is going to be taking people's jobs and how Hollywood is cooked. And I was getting a lot of comments about how like, oh, it's not true. Jobs are going to be fine and blah, blah, blah. And it's just simply not true. Most like regular jobs are going to be overtaken by AI, and not AI in itself. I'm talking about AI and robots having a baby and creating a problem. So what I want you to understand is, so first of all, let's talk about this video. Let's talk about how the fact that these robots are doing things that what human being do you know is doing this motion right here? Woo! No one. You can't do that. I can't do that. Maybe this little kid over here can do that. This was a lunar festival in China the other day. So I just want you to understand that we are getting to a point where robotics are becoming too good, and this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna show you some clips here. There's a video that was on Fox News of somebody talking about how robots are going to replace everyone. But I do want to go over, I want to show you this, right? This was from 2000. This was 2 years ago. So 2004, end of 2003. Okay. And this is him talking about the Tesla robot when it's just coming up. And they've been working at this point 2 years ago. They've already been working on this robot for a while. Okay. Just listen to this for a second. Okay.
Tesla is also keeping up with trends, recently showcasing the dance of the Optimus robot. Tesla released a video demonstrating the capabilities of the enhanced Optimus robot, which the company refers to as a second-generation robot. The main improvement is the upgraded kinematics of the android, and the robot also received more dexterous hands and has become lighter. We have covered this robot multiple times, so we won't delve into technical specifications. It is one of the company's most ambitious projects, and according to Elon Musk, could turn out to be one of the most profitable, with Tesla planning to sell between 10 and 20 billion androids. The market release of Optimus...
Okay, I just want you to notice, by the way, how slow
Tesla planning to sell between 10 and 20 billion.
How slow this robot is moving. Okay, look at how slow this robot is moving. This was just the beginning of robots in itself. Okay, this was just the beginning of robots. Not the beginning. I mean, obviously, we've been testing robots for quite a while. But this was the beginning of them actually having a full-on body, testing out their movements and stuff. And then you compare it to the Chinese robots that were just going crazy and showing how much speed. I mean, this is absolutely nuts, man. I mean, the progress in what robots were able to do compared to what robots are able to do now is astonishing. And I know that people don't think that it's astonishing, but the level of math, the level of coding behind being able to take a robot and have it move from what the Tesla robot was doing 2 years ago to what the robot is doing now is crazy amount of math. Okay. And it's like I said, in my previous video, we're on an exponential curve. What that means is as soon as the robot is able to learn certain movements, is able to learn certain walking protocols and how to move their hips and how to move their arms and stuff, they don't forget it. It's not like it's not like a human where, you know, humans get old and eventually their movements become bad, and or like when you're a baby and you have to learn movements for the first time, and you know, it's not the same. Robots are based on protocols. Robots are based on coding. Robots are based on you know, the software behind them. Once one learns it, every other robot from that point on is going to know this information, as long as the hardware can. It's like a computer, right? Like if you have a really awesome computer, it can handle the best game, but if you don't have an awesome computer, it won't be able to handle that game. But if you have the best robot in the world and you put an AI in it, it's going to be able to handle whatever technology you throw at it. So, keeping that in mind, I want you to understand that we are in unprecedented times, and not enough people are talking about this. I know that the normal, like normies, I say normies, people that don't really like, they just live their life and they're not really like thinking about what's happening with technology, and they're not thinking about all this stuff, and they're like, oh, that's just sci-fi stuff, that's like Star Wars stuff, that's never gonna happen. You gotta it's happening, and it's happening really fast. So this video right here, let's just talk about it for a second. So it says thousands of AI enabled humanoid robots deployed in Ukraine. Okay, so we're gonna react to this, and I just want you to take in mind everything that I just said and showed you about the robots and the progression that we are in before. Okay.
Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman is predicting most white-collar tasks could be automated within 12 to 18 months. He says that the shift is already visible in software engineering, as AI has already transformed the work by driving the next generation of robotics across industry and across defense. Humanoid robots emerging as the future of warfare, the U.S. accelerating AI integration into combat operations. San Francisco-based Foundation Future Industries is developing humanoid robots built specifically for military use. The company is also scaling commercial deployment across the country.
First of all, I just want to say that like this news video, right, on Fox Business, I mean, it's like any other sci-fi movie where you're like iRobot starts out, and like, you know, this is like the opening scene of like a robot movie. like like humanoid robots are being utilized by the military and they're going to take over all their jobs. It's like this used to be sci-fi, and now it's literally reality, which in my mind is crazy. I don't understand how more people aren't terrified of this. Like I'm terrified of this. Legit terrified.
In manufacturing, including in the auto sector. Joining me now is Foundation Future Industries CEO, Sanket Patek. Sanket, great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. First, let me get your reaction to what you heard from the Microsoft AI CEO, that all those jobs are turning to automation. You also have the CEO of Anthropic, Dario, who also made a similar comment. He said, and he's probably like the most safety-focused CEO in the AI industry. He says AI will eliminate 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs within 1 to 5 years. Your reaction?
Yes, dude. Think about that for a second. What part of this like? People are thinking that I'm the crazy one here. People are thinking that like I'm overstepping what I'm saying. Listen to what she just said. 50% of entry-level jobs. You know, there's a difference between talking about how Hollywood's cooked and how, you know, like people are going to lose their jobs as far as like making content, and talking about 50% of white-collar jobs. White-collar jobs are the backbone of this entire world, especially the country. You're talking about 50% of them are going to be overtaken by robots and AI? That's insanity, dude.
First, great to be with you, Maria. And I actually agree with him. It seems like increasingly more and more, any kind of work that humans do today that is repetitive, anything that does not require high amounts of intellectual skill set, or even things that require high amounts of intellectual skill set but can be learned with a lot of data, all of those jobs are potentially going away, and all of them would be automated with humanoids or other forms of robots.
Well, this is a big statement. What are we supposed to do about that? How can
Yeah, it
people
is.
arm themselves with the right information to actually survive and potentially thrive in this new era?
Great question.
I mean, this is, Maria, I think this is as close to the singularity as we can be. Like, I personally struggle with this question a whole lot as well. I don't think there's a way to stop all of the AI development unless everybody decides to stop at the same time. China,
Which will never happen. Which will never happen. I mean, we can't even agree on simple things like voter ID in this country, let alone talking about like if robots are going to be used to take over jobs or not. We can't even, like, the simplest of things we can't come together as a country, let alone the world. And they're expecting us to talk about whether or not robots are going to take all of our jobs. It's never going to happen.
would not decide to stop. US, for that reason, would not decide to stop. So this is an inevitable shift in how our economy is going to work and how humanity is going to work. And it's quite a hard question. Like, I do not know what the purpose or the day-to-day of human history looks like. I am, however, optimistic. I think what's going to happen is, historically, we haven't really gotten rid of slavery. We've just changed that to a financial incentive. So now people are forced to work jobs that they don't like doing and do that for very minimal wage and cannot buy a house, barely can afford healthcare, barely can afford education. AI has the potential of changing all of that.
So this is an amazing point, and I 100% agree with him. The statement of saying that, like, we have not gotten rid of slavery, spot on, dude. Spot on. I mean, how many of us are working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to get by, and then we have to spend what, $3,000? I mean, I spend $3,000 a month in rent, let alone utilities and groceries, gas, all the stuff that, well, you know, we there is no life. There is no life to be had in this day and age. And what are the robots going to do to supplement that kind of life? Are the robots now going to replace human beings as the slavery aspect of this? And is it going to open up freedoms for human beings to be able to do more art and to be more free with their lives, not have to work as much? What's going to happen with that? I think it's an absolute great point.
Has the potential of being able to give everybody good housing, everybody good healthcare, everybody good education. And for the first time in the history of humanity, people can actually do things they enjoy doing. So that's the optimistic side of it. I do, however, worry what this means in the short term, because in the short term, it's going to be a very disruptive change. Elon's called this, I think, a supersonic tsunami, which is probably the right thing. This is going to be an extremely disruptive change. And I think...
Dude, look at the robot in the background. Just like, what is it doing? Just working? Is that robot just like sitting there working? Like, what is this dude doing? It's just, oh my God, man.
The governments are going to struggle to keep up. But I do think there's a path ahead where the future is quite exciting for humanity. And that's the one that we're striving for.
Okay, so let's talk about your business, because Foundation striking a U.S. brokered agreement with Ukraine to deploy humanoid robots for surveillance, logistics, and other high-risk operations. These 5'9" phantom units capable of carrying more than 40 pounds, designed to operate in dangerous environments. That's the kind of robot I like to see, because you would rather put a machine into harm's way than an individual. Sanket, tell us more about this collaboration and what's possible when you look at AI related to the military.
I think, Maria, this is one of the areas I feel like humanoids will have one of the most profound effects. There are three big use cases that we're looking at, not only with Ukraine, but also with the Department of War within the US. The first,
This is terrifying, man. This is terrifying. She's talking about deploying robots for surveillance and having these huge robots walking around for surveillance, humanoid robots. I mean, if we're not in the stage of John Connor and Terminator, I don't know what we are, man. I mean, that's essentially Skynet. That's essentially Skynet, to have humanoid robots walking around like surveilling the area and being like security. That's Skynet. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy talk.
first use case is just logistics work, so being able to move
Killers by design. How humanoid robots could transform warfare. Cool, bro.
things around, supply pickup. Now in Ukraine, what happens is when soldiers leave a building to go and do supply pickup, there are drones that shoot at them. So it's better to send human soldiers, it's better to send humanoids out versus human soldiers, because they can essentially do these tasks just fine. And if they get shot, there's less of a concern. The second kind of task that we've been asked to do is around pretty much inspection, repair, maintenance. So that is also not a weaponized task, but a task that is all the logistics work that happens behind the scenes. And the third one is that actually impacts soldiers in a big way is reconnaissance, being able to go into buildings and breach doors and actually surveil that building, make sure it's safe for soldiers to be in. And that's going to be increasingly the future of warfare, which is more and more robots. What people don't realize is we already have, like, compared to the Iraq War and now, we have significantly more amount of robots on the battlefield. Most of them are airborne. Some of them are landborne, but majority of them are airborne. And
yeah, the airborne robots are legitimately terrifying. I mean, the whole drone warfare thing is going to get worse and worse and worse, and that is, it's. I mean, just. I mean, I just keep thinking about like putting nukes on drones or something. It's just really terrifying.
Humanoids give you the ability to be able to become a little bit more precise about tactical things. For instance, if a target's in a building, instead of bombing the building, you can actually go through the building, navigate it, and get to the target, which today human soldiers do. And we are more and more hopeful that humanoids and robots are going to do that.
That is so exciting, Sanket. And I know, well, look, you're a government contractor, right? You're working with the Department of War on dual-use humanoid robots designed to support warfighters and strengthen the defense industrial base. What's possible here, Sanket? With the Trump administration involved in onboarding this process, how do you see that partnership accelerating? And can that kind of robotics give America an edge, even a bigger edge, when it comes to the military and military AI?
So first thing, Maria, I do want to commend the administration for being very forward-thinking in this regard. From Pete Hegseth to the president, everybody is very focused on reducing procurement and really holding defense contractors accountable, which is like common sense business that has not happened so far. What is that enabling companies like us to do is build products that are competitive, that can undercut on price and capability to the traditional primes and be able to offer that to the Department of War. And we're very excited about it. Like that's generally, I think, going to be one of the biggest game changers. Will enable a lot more modern technology to be integrated into Department of War. I think the general principle that I believe the president's whole foreign policy, kind of like majority of his foreign policy is based around, is a peace through strength. And I don't think people would want to mess with America if America has hundreds of thousands of humanoids and just robots ready to be deployed.
I mean, people don't want to mess with America already, but I mean, that is a great point. But what is going to be, I mean, we're not going to be the only one messing with robots. And I'll tell you this much right now, based on the videos that we were watching before, China is way ahead of us as far as robotics, way ahead of us. I mean, what's going to stop them from amassing a huge army of robots, and they're now the superpower. I don't even know, dude. Like, I don't know where. I mean, it's scary. It's a good thought to think that, like, you know, human beings are no longer going to be the ones going into war zones and stuff. Sure, I get that. You know, I support the men and women of our, you know, military, but at the same time, those robots could be used to go into like civilian areas. I mean, it is really scary.
And I think that is, sorry, Mary, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
That is probably the single biggest accelerative piece in our time. Like, I think, so that's the piece we're most excited about.
Peace until the robots get a mind of their own and we turn into Terminator, and then it's no longer us against us, it's us against the robots.
We think in a paradoxical way, more humanoids in the military means there's more peace around the world.
Yeah, I know. I love it. But isn't China trying to do the same thing?
That's literally, I literally just said that.
By the way, Sanket, do you have a robot behind you, walking behind you right now?
It's literally, dude, I actually really like her. She's usually pretty spot on with this, and it's true. I said the same thing.
I do. The robot comes in and out.
Can we see that robot? Can we see that robot?
Yeah, please. We will bring the robot back into the frame.
It's just walking back and forth behind you. I saw it a minute ago. There he is.
Oh,
what is that robot
my
doing right
God,
now?
dude.
Oh, hello.
So this is Phantom, our robot. This is the autonomous machine that works in factories and warehouses. We've helped build over 20,000 cars last year, and also works with Department of War. What we're doing behind this right now is we're just testing its new AI policy, which enables the robot to autonomously walk and move itself, including its upper body. So that's what you're seeing behind us.
And you're saying that humanoid robot behind you helped build thousands of cars?
Last year, these robots helped build about 20,000 cars in U.S. factories.
Wow.
If you don't think this, so he's talking about this robot building thousands of cars. If you don't think that this robot can bag your groceries, or this robot can't help a grandma to her door with the groceries, or to do regular, construction work, or to do, pave roads, or to do to help build a house, or to do like normal things that white collar, middle class people are doing, you're wrong. Straight up, you're wrong. And you need to like really take a minute to reflect on the fact that these things are going to overtake those jobs. Just like he said, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen a lot faster than people think they are. It's going to happen.
Incredible. Sanket, this is very exciting. A little scary.
So, I think it's interesting about thinking about where we are as far as robots go right now, and the movements, and look at this, dude. This is a whole. It's enough for them to put on a show for the Lunar Festival or whatever. That we have robots. Oh, it's part of the show. Yeah, it's part of the show. Anyway, it's one thing to look at this as kind of like a gag, and kind of like, oh, this is fun. This is fun watching these little robots do this thing. It's another thing to think about the fact that these robots are literally, I can't do those little kick things. I can't do any of these movements. If I tried to do any of these movements, I would hurt myself. I'm so out of shape right now. It's not even funny. And these robots are doing things that these like in shape kids are doing that are like, pro karate people or whatever. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but they're going to take over jobs. The AI not only is going to change how humans do jobs, but AI is also going to be integrated into, oh, look at this guy. Look at this big guy. This big thing. Anyway, I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts are below. This is happening. It's happening a lot faster than you think it is. They're going to be able, like right now, they're holding weapons in their hands, but they're going to be able to hold tools, and they're going to be able to do things that you previously didn't think were possible. So let me know what your thoughts are in comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.